In the bustling streets of ancient Jerusalem, where the sun blazed high in the sky and the scent of spices wafted through the air, a remarkable story began to unfold. Picture this: a group of fishermen, tax collectors, and ordinary folks huddled around a charismatic figure named Jesus of Nazareth. Now you might think, what's so special about a carpenter's son? Oh, my friend, let me tell you, this wasn't just any carpenter. This was a man with a message, a vision, and a knack for turning water into wine. Talk about a party trick. So Jesus starts preaching about love, compassion, and a kingdom not of this world. He's like that friend who always wants to bring everyone together for a group hug, but he's also got a flair for the dramatic. He tells stories, parables, those little nuggets of wisdom wrapped in tales about lost sheep and mustard seeds, and people are captivated. They're like, wow, this guy really gets us. But hold on, not everyone is on board with this whole love your neighbor thing. The religious leaders, the Pharisees, are watching him like hawks. They're clutching their scrolls and muttering, who does this guy think he is? You can almost see them rolling their eyes, can't you? Meanwhile, Jesus is out there healing the sick, giving sight to the blind, and even raising the dead. It's like he's got his own superhero origin story unfolding right before our eyes. Now you've got to understand, this was a time when the Jewish people were under Roman rule. They were looking for a Messiah, a Savior who would liberate them. And here comes Jesus, talking about love and forgiveness instead of swords and shields. It's like expecting a knight in shining armor and getting a gentle poet instead. Confusing, right? But that's where the magic happens. As Jesus gathers his disciples, a ragtag group of followers, they're like the original band of misfits. There's Peter, the impulsive fisherman, always ready to jump into action, sometimes before thinking things through. And then there's Judas, who's got a bit of a shady reputation. The kind of guy who always seems to have a secret agenda. But hey, everyone needs a villain, right? Fast forward a bit, and Jesus is stirring up quite the controversy. He's flipping tables in the temple, calling out hypocrisy, and challenging the status quo. It's like he's the ultimate rebel with a cause. The crowds are growing, and so are the tensions. The religious elite are sweating bullets. This guy is going to ruin everything, they whisper among themselves. They start plotting, scheming, and before you know it, they've decided he's got to go. Enter the infamous Last Supper. Picture it. Jesus and his disciples gathered around a table, sharing bread and wine. He's breaking bread like it's a magic ritual, telling them, this is my body, this is my blood. The disciples are looking around thinking, what's happening here? And then Jesus drops the bombshell that one of them will betray him. Cue the dramatic music. Fast forward to the Garden of Gethsemane. Jesus is praying, sweating bullets, and his disciples are snoozing away. It's like a scene from a bad horror movie where the hero is about to face the monster, but his friends are too busy catching Z's. And then, bam! Judas arrives with a mob, and the betrayal goes down with a kiss. Talk about a plot twist. Now the trial of Jesus is a circus of injustice. He stands before Pontius Pilate, the Roman governor, who's like, what's the big deal? The crowd is shouting, crucify him! It's a chaotic scene, and Pilate is caught in the middle, trying to wash his hands of the whole situation. But the crowd is relentless. They want blood, and they're not leaving until they get it. So, Jesus is sentenced to crucifixion. It's the most dramatic moment in history. He carries his cross through the streets, and people are weeping. Some are mocking, while others are just standing there, shocked. It's like the ultimate tragic hero moment. He's nailed to the cross, and in his final moments, he cries out, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Can you believe it? Even in his agony, he's preaching love and forgiveness. After his death, the world goes dark. But wait, 3 days later, the plot thickens. The stone is rolled away, and Jesus is alive. It's like the ultimate comeback story. His followers are in disbelief, and then he appears to them, showing them his wounds, proving he's the real deal. I told you I'd be back, he might as well have said. Now, here's where things get really interesting. Jesus gives his disciples a mission. Go out and spread the good news. It's like he's handing them a treasure map, saying, find the lost, heal the broken, and tell everyone about you. And with that, they set off on their journey, fueled by the fire of his teachings. The apostles travel far and wide, preaching in synagogues, towns, and even in the homes of Gentiles. They're like the original road trip crew, spreading the message of Jesus wherever they go. And guess what? They start gathering followers. People from all walks of life are joining in, and before you know it, they're forming communities, sharing meals, and living out the teachings of Jesus. But hold on, it's not all smooth sailing. Persecution kicks in. The early Christians faced trials, imprisonment, and even martyrdom. But their faith is unwavering. They're like the ultimate underdogs, and their resilience only fuels the fire of their movement. They're telling stories of miracles, love, and hope, and people can't get enough. Now let's talk about the big player, Paul. This guy was a game changer. Initially, he was a Pharisee, hunting down Christians like they were Pokemon. But then, bam! He has a life-altering encounter with the risen Christ on the road to Damascus. It's like he got zapped with divine lightning. Suddenly, he's preaching the gospel with fervor, traveling across the Roman Empire, establishing churches, and writing letters that would later become part of the New Testament. As the years go by, the movement grows. Communities of believers spring up all over the place, from Jerusalem to Rome. They're gathering for worship, sharing resources, and living out the teachings of Jesus. They're like a family, united by faith, love, and a shared mission. But wait, the Roman Empire isn't exactly rolling out the red carpet for these Christians. They're facing persecution, being thrown to the lions, and suffering all sorts of trials. Yet their faith remains unshaken. It's like they're the ultimate warriors of love, standing firm in the face of adversity. Fast forward a few centuries, and we hit a turning point. Emperor Constantine comes along and has a vision. He sees a cross in the sky and decides, hey, maybe this whole Christianity thing isn't so bad after all. He legalizes it, and suddenly, Christianity goes from being a persecuted sect to the official religion of the Roman Empire. Talk about a turnaround. With Constantine's support, the church begins to flourish. Bishops rise in prominence, and councils are held to settle theological disputes. The Nicene Creed is established, laying down the foundational beliefs of Christianity. It's like they're drafting the ultimate rulebook for the faith. As centuries roll on, the church evolves, spreading across Europe and beyond. Monasteries pop up, becoming centers of learning and preservation of knowledge. Think of them as the libraries of the Middle Ages. Meanwhile, the church faces challenges, corruption, and even reformations. But through it all, the core message of love and redemption remains. By the time we reach the Renaissance, the church is at a crossroads. People are questioning, seeking, and yearning for a more personal connection with God. Enter the Reformation. Figures like Martin Luther nail their theses to church doors, sparking a movement that challenges the status quo. Suddenly, the church is being re-examined, and new denominations begin to emerge. Fast forward to today, and Catholicism stands as one of the largest branches of Christianity, with a rich tapestry of tradition, culture, and belief. From the Vatican, where the Pope leads millions, to the vibrant communities around the world, the message of love, hope, and salvation continues to resonate. So, how did Catholicism start? It all began with a humble carpenter in ancient Jerusalem, whose radical teachings sparked a movement that would change the course of history. Through trials, tribulations, and triumphs, the essence of that message, love, compassion, and community, remains alive and vibrant, echoing through the ages. And here we are, generations later, still grappling with those same themes, still searching for meaning, and still finding hope in the stories of faith that began so long ago. Isn't that something? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell so you don't miss the next videos. See you on new journeys!